Hello!
Hello, Koka.
Hi!
Alright. Koka the cat,
Mhm.
Mephonix, and your other persona,
Zafuna.
Zafuna. Alright, so Koka is the cat. What's Mephonix to you?
Mephonix is actually my original name that I come up with when I really started getting into the scene of like doing artwork and things like that. Originally started on DeviantArt. And what's funny is the name Mephonix didn't actually come from just by itself. I started off with where a lot of furries started off with getting into Sonic the Hedgehog. The first 4 Sonic characters that I learned how to draw were Sonic, Mephilus, Amy, and Shadow. So my original username was Shadami Mephonic. So people were like, "Oh my god, shipping and all that." And I'm like, "No, this is homage to who I know how to draw." And they're like, "It sounds like you're shipping them." So I'm like, "Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's push it down together. Take out the Shadami, Mephonic. Okay, take out the C, put an X, so that it's with Mephonix. So that's how the name Mephonix came to be. And that was in 2009. This is before I knew what furry was, too, by the way. So Mephonix came before I joined the furry fandom. Yeah, basically, like I was saying, Sonic the Hedgehog was my gateway into it. I didn't know the term of furry until I was in college, because growing up, I lived in a very strict household. Basically, it was home, church, school, grocery shopping, and maybe the occasional family get together. I lived on a 426-acre farm growing up. It was an old plantation farm. And so I didn't have, the only time I had access to the internet was again with dial-up, and I was only allowed to touch the computer if it was for a homework assignment, and that was it. It wasn't until I was in college when I had full access to the internet. I had my own laptop of the works, and of course I was still drawing Sonic art and things like that. Well, then I think if I don't remember correctly, like I remember seeing somebody asking me like, "Hey, have you ever heard about this?" And I'm like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Well, you see people that are like, it's kind of like people who like Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that, but then they create their own animal-based characters and stuff like that." And I was like, "Okay, I'll check it out." I've done research for like days, and then I was like, "I've been a furry for so long, and I did not even know what this was. This sounds awesome."
I was gonna say, I personally think that's a lot of people. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I've been a furry for probably my whole life, or like since the early like."
But I didn't know the terminology till
you didn't realize there was a fandom based around it.
Yeah, leading into that, because Koka, you know me as Koka and Zafuna and all that. Those two actually weren't my first persona.
What was your first persona?
So what it was that it was more of like a spur on the moment, and it was maybe my persona for maybe 1 or 2 months. It wasn't even that long. It was a hybrid of a wolf, jaguar, and a cougar. I think I call it a coliguire or something. I don't remember what the hell it was. It was some kind of weird thing. But it was best way to describe it was a blue wolf that was like an ice blue color, and it had like jaguar spots all over it.
Oh, that's cool though.
It sounded cool, and the thing is that I still have her in the works, but the only problem is that I didn't have a connection to her. So I was like, I've got to make something that connects to me more. And I'm more, I like cats. I love felines. So I was like, you know what? I want to create a cat-based persona. Something that would be easy for me to draw, something that would be me to do. And if one day I got a fursuit, it wouldn't cost, substantial amount of money to be able to do so, because having a lot of spots would cost a lot of money. So that's when I created Koka. Koka was created in 2012. She was created for that purpose of connection, better connection, and easier to either make whenever one day I decided to make fursuits, or if I commission somebody.
So where does the name Koka come from? Anything special?
I actually, sometimes when I can't come up with a name and I want it to be different, I use, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, it's called Rinkworks Name Generator. And it's a fantasy name generator, and I use it for like when I play Dungeons and Dragons and make some characters, or, names up and stuff like that, because it's like weird stuff. I mean, we even used it for my husband's persona's name, which is Dynshyith.
Would you like to show us Koka?
All right. In just a sec. Natsuro made the head base Koka. And again, like I said, I have a pair of glasses for her, but little children get a hold of a lot of stuff.
This is Koka.
Hey!
Dichromatic, it looks like?
Yes, she has a heterochromia S2-colored eye.
I love it. I love it.
Well, actually, one is green, and one's a spring green, and the other's sky blue.
Oh. Any specific reasons behind those colors?
I just thought they fit good together. I thought they were really pretty. So.
How long have you had Koka?
As a suit. Okay. So, like I said, I showed you off camera that thing. I created that one in 2015. I wore her maybe twice and was like, This one, this particular one though, I got the head base for it earlier on this year. I think around May? Because I think June was when I debuted this one.
Without saying too much, you'll have to watch Stories of Fur. Koka, this is version 2 of Koka, and you've only had her since about May.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. I figured Koka has been around for a while as a suit.
She's not. I've only had her as a partial. I started her as a planograde fursuit, but I screwed up on the sewing and stuff like that, and so I'm having to completely restart with it. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to redo her again, because number one, I've weight changes, of course, since I've done that, and I've also got another fursuit head, which is going to be version 3 of Koka coming in, who is actually making the suit and also using the same fur that I already have for my partial stuff already. Okay. So that way I can be able to incorporate the fur I already use into making her full suit and everything, and not have to worry about what the artist is making being different from the rest of what I already have.
So would you like to show us freaking fursuit? I can't remember.
Zafuna.
Yes.
Yes, I will show you Zafuna. You will like Zafuna.
That is a huge tail. Alright, so this is Zafuna. And it's so cute. Also, I love when the ears are so wiggable. Like, you can just, it looks so adorable. Oh my goodness. So, that's the tail you're holding. Oh, boops. That is, So, for you, everybody watching, Zafuna doesn't speak. She is a species that is very chirpy. I've heard Zafuna was spotted at Mephit, and will possibly be seen at EFS this year. So you guys definitely gotta check out Zafuna. I gotta say bye-bye to Zafuna. You're so adorable, though. So, you said Zafuna is a closed species of yours. Yes. I still have to know what this closed species is.
Okay, so I have been wanting to create a closed species for a while, and Zafuna, now, she's not completely done yet. Like, the suit is not finished. The reason why it's not finished is I actually have to add feathers on the tip of her tail and on her arm sleeves. Zafuna is a species I created myself that is called Zorbarrel.
So, what makes up a Zorbarrel?
Okay, so what a Zorbarrel is that the face of it always has to be feline. It doesn't matter what kind of feline it is. It can be any ring. Because I have a friend who's making one that's a saber-toothed tiger, basically. The face can be feline. The ears have to be canine. So I made her ears fennec fox. And then they do not have, like how we have white in our eyes, the sclera part of our eyes. Okay. They do not have it. That's why you see she has they do have sclera, but they're solid colors. So they can be any color of your choosing. Mine, I chose to be purple. They also do not have pupils. Their eyes kind of like, the best way to describe it is kind of like Dutch angel dragons, where it's just one solid color. And then the color is, they always have heterochromia. And the color of their eyes match the colors of their feathers. So for like mine, she has pink and yellow eyes. The feathers that I'm going to have sewn on to her is going to be pink and yellow.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Their designs, you can only use rings and rhombus or diamond shape. So like around the bottom of the eyes, it comes down like this. Like I showed you for her tail, you notice her tail's got the diamond shapes and the bottom's got rings. They also have a gemstone in the center of their forehead.
Can you read my mind, Zafuna? You're right, I do want lunch.
Tacos do sound good.
But
tacos do sound good.
Holy crap, that does sound good. The reason why the gemstone is in the center of the forehead is that they can be any colored gem or a beryl gem. A lot of well-known beryl gems can be emerald, aquamarine, sapphire. It's a type of like a crystal deposit that makes it to where it's a different color. So that's why I called it a Azure beryl. The reason why I began it with a Z is because, and here's another ironic part, when naming these characters, they all have to have the name beginning with Z.
But I kind of want one.
I'll make you an exception. Because the thing is that right now, the reason why it's closed is because I'm wanting to test it out with a few people.
Oh, okay.
Like it or not. And my select people are people that I like really trust or that I know or keep in contact, stuff like that. So like one of my friends who's on YouTube, I don't know if you've heard of Toxie the Dutch Angel Dragon. Yeah, he has a YouTube channel, does gaming and crafts and stuff. He's probably streaming right now while we're talking. He's going to make one based off of his name of Toxie. I think he's going to name it Zoxie.
Zoxie got that moxie.
My other friend, like I said, she's making one that is a saber-toothed tiger. I don't know what the ears are going to be or anything like that. She hadn't given it a name, but she's wanting to be like browns and cream colors and stuff like that. So the color scheme is all yours to use, just as long as you go with, the facts. Alara aren't white. They have heterochromia, no pupils. I mean, you can use like white eye shines if you want to add it to the eyes and make a fursuit or whatever, but the tail. I forgot to mention one thing about the tail is the tail has to be a floor dragger. It doesn't have to be like as huge as this one. It could be like a little narrow thing that hits the ground. But it's got to be like a big tail.
The body length of your character. Like if you're 5'3", that thing needs to be darn near 5'3".
Yeah.
All right, so you're a maker. You've furred both of your heads. You've made some paws and sleeves. And you also have made tails.
Yeah, actually, the thing is that the funny thing is that tails are actually my favorite. Ah!
Oh my god! Wow, are you all right there?
I've made a few.
So these are just not only yours, but these are for. That's not all of them.
Yeah, a few. I actually just got through sending a couple off in the mail like day before yesterday.
Where were you sending? Like, so you make them on commission or what?
Well, I actually own co-own a studio known as Swag Puppy Studios. Okay. It is a fursuit company that I and my roommate made. And so basically, as of right now, he helps moderate the main Facebook page and stuff, but he also helps make feet paws and stuff since I'm not too good with crafting with foam yet.
Okay.
And basically, we're actually open for commissions now, doing suits and all that now. So basically, currently I am working on a partial suit, using a head base from West Custom Studios because I don't know how to craft head bases quite yet.
Okay.
But like this tail right here is like one that I've got for a person known as Zapper the Fox. But yeah, this is a tail for Zapper the Fox. And the cool thing about it.
Oh, it's got a squeaker, yes!
My original tail that I made is actually this one. This was my very first tail I made, 2 years ago? Wow. This right here is probably the most complex I've done.
That's cool.
It's my tail.
Yeah, this is Stray's tail. Now here's the funny thing is, he didn't want a squeaker in his tail.
Oh,
I had to be different.
He had to be different. Where you... So yes, when I do make tails, I either do squeakers or the little, and then this is the tail that I wear with Koka. Yes, I'm making a partial for a person known as Zapper Fox.
That's cool.
Yeah. We also have a few artists that are in Swag Puppy Studios as well that help do with like reference sheets and all that. Like we have a few upcoming artists that are in there. We have one that's like professional who's done really good with their stuff. And one of them made us a badge of the mascot when we got ready to go to the Pride Festival in June, yep. And we wore this around at the Pride Festival. But our mascot is actually a axolotl named Aluk. So the axolotls are little swag pups. Things that actually something new that we just done, and we just opened them yesterday. We are actually selling fursuit sprays now through we've got little bottles right now. We don't have our stickers. We don't have stickers in yet. They should be in by Friday, I think.
Mm-hmm. But so far we got two different.
So far we have two different scents: blue and creamy vanilla.
I think you said you were going to try to make some more holiday themed or
seasonal themed. If these go well, because like I said, we're only doing the sample bottles for right now. We're
Right.
planning on expanding out to 5-ounce bottles and 10-ounce bottles. You know,
That's a lot. But yeah, I guess if you have
but
a
they
full
last
suit.
a while.
So other than making and having full suiting, you do some YouTubing?
Yes. I've had a YouTube channel since 2000. My original YouTube channel was since 2009, but I left it.
Okay.
And came to my new channel now, which I had since 2013, but it hasn't been since. It's been about since April when I started doing stuff actively on it.
Right.
Because of where I live, our internet's not the best, and so basically I do a lot of live streams because my computer and everything processes live streams a bit better. If we try to upload like a 15-minute video here, it takes like 2 hours. I like doing live streams better because it gives you a more connection. Because I mean, when you just do a regular still video, they can't interact with you other than a few comments and stuff, and it's like a way delayed reaction. At least with live streaming, they can tell you like, "Hey, I did this today and it was awesome," and you're like, "Awesome, that's cool. Tell us more about it," kind of deal. You get to interact with people. I guess one of the things I really like about doing YouTube is the community that it brings together. I've made so many new friends just through YouTube that in the furry fandom that I have just outside of it, like on other social media like Facebook or DeviantArt or Twitter or whatever. YouTube is what brought a lot of people in my life. And also, you were showing me your tattoos and stuff and all that. I've got a few myself, though. I got a little cat right there. It's kind of hard.
Maybe.
Upside down.
Oh, yeah.
On my wrist. I've got one there. Little kitten.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, look. I like the heterochromia on that too. And what's this?
Loki's helmet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, from Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I also have one. This is what one of my friends have asked me. They're like, "Are you going to be a furry for life?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." Well, then This is the thing that proves it the most, because I have a tattoo of my persona, Koka. Let me get it where you can see it a little bit better here, on my leg. Kind of hard to see.
Oh, that's so cool. So what content do you make on your YouTube now?
As of right now, one of the things I'm getting ready to do soon is, whenever I do my live streams and things like that, a lot of the stuff you'll see is either me working on artwork or working on making tails or pieces for my studio and stuff. Because if you look back on most of my videos and stuff, you'll see that's mostly the content. I do a lot of chill streams. I do the occasional sleep stream. I don't really have much less of a schedule on what I do. It's just like, hey, I feel like live streaming. I'm going to get on. And it's usually like, 3 times a week. Just randomly, I'll just pop on stream. Sometimes I will also do little miniature streams to like promote other channels and stuff. Like as of right now, like Stray Okami, the guy that's been here, just started recently doing his first Let's Play on his channel. And so I go into the room in there, streaming, read his comments off as he's, gaming and stuff. To help him out with that.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, and of course shenanigans like yesterday. We were wearing wigs and dressing up in costumes.
I love it.
I'm also a burlesque performer, so I have a lot of...
So you said you've only been kind of making furry content, since about April, and you're almost at 500 subscribers, and I've heard you're doing something interesting for that.
Okay, so when I hit 500 subscribers, my roommate Stray, my husband Dynshyith, and with the help of my YouTube subscribers and chat and all that, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour isolation stream.
I don't envy you.
We're gonna do kind of like, I guess, how Frankie did it, where we're gonna have a mic system set up and all that in the room itself. It's not really gonna be a room. We have this hallway, it's like a little strip that has a door that leads into the bathroom and all that. So they're going to be setting up either in the back hallway or the room that's right here off to the side. And basically they're going to set it up with the automated voice to where if I do specific things, I get prizes and stuff, One of the things we've already stated is flat out is if I need water, or drinks or whatever, they're going to provide me with drinks whenever I ask. They're going to have me a pallet in the floor that, a good padded one, so that because of my back and my knee and all that. So immediately I'm already going to be allowed a blanket, a pillow, a pallet, and water. And then the access to the bathroom if I want to take a shower. So this is my oldest daughter. This is Emma.
Hi, Emma. I'm Solis.
Hi, Solis.
Hi, Emma. How are you?
Why? Hey, we
How
like
old-
playing
She likes playing too.
with Mommy and Barbara's playing hide and seek.
But she actually has it for so.
So you have the persona.
Yeah,
Well,
I got Gogo Tail and Tampos.
See, your personas. See what your personas.
Gogo the cat,
Gogo the cat.
a white cat.
So how Gogo came to be is that when she was about 2,
Oh.
I was yes baby.
you're
that
this
big?
many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was about 2 years old when I was working badges and stuff for some people, and she came with like a handful of color pencils. Like, I want one.
And now it's flowing, and I helped her with my
Oh.
soda.
Yeah, I bet you were a big help.
This is Megan. Say hey.
Hi, Megan.
Look, I can
She
talk now.
She said, "Are you okay?" That's what she.
Oh, I am great. How are you?
Well,
This
this
is
is.
fine. Bye.
No.
She's trying to tell Stray bye.
Bye.
Where am I going? Megan.
Oh.
Oh.
She can howl too. Let's go like.
Oh.
Oh.
Ow. Ow.
Yay! But yes, this is Megan. This is she's 20 months old. She'll be 2 in January. Both their first furry convention that they went to was Megaplex.
How did you like your furry con?
Did you like the furry convention that you went
Yeah.
to? She also went to Fur Meet with us too.
Did you get a lot of hugs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I get
awesome.
one.
And they gave her beads. Okay, so at
The furry.
I'm a
So-
furry.
and he's a furry too. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh, I have my tail.
She has a tail. I made her a tail. Made her a little miniature Koka's tail, but it was blue. It'll say Gogo.
Ah, that's cool.
And paws.
So you know the artwork that I sent to you earlier?
Yes.
She's not seen it yet.
Oh. Are you gonna show it to her?
Yeah. So Emma, you remember how I told you won that prize for that drawing? See it?
Yeah.
There. That's yours. That's Gogo.
And that Gogo's head?
Yeah.
Silly.
It's silly. You like it?
You're gonna be a full fursuiter in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's probably not gonna get her first like full suit like she's 10.
Goodbye. See you
Bye.
Bye.
Did you have a good day?
I see.
2. 3. Those are my 2 babies.
You're also in the voice act.
Yes, I've actually been doing voice acting since like 2013, give or take. I was more active with it more back then than I am now because of more YouTube and becoming a mother of 2 children within that time period. Since my oldest was born in 2014,
Right.
right.
So
so being able to sit down and record something without noise is a little complicated. But basically, I'm trying to get back into it. I recently auditioned for a series that's made by a person, I forgot their name at the moment. I think it's like Blue Wolf Studios or something like that. And they've created a series called Wasteland, and I auditioned for one of the characters in that. And also, I and one of my other good friends, Traveling Arrow, are going to be doing a couple little comic dubs, stuff like that. Just kind of showcasing, our voice acting talent. Other than being in the furry fandom, I am also Brony. And so he and I are creating together a comic series that I'm drawing. That once we finish that particular comic series, we are going to dub it well. And the main premise of it is my pony Sona, which is actually not a pony at all. She's actually a changeling. Basically, is found out by him, who her best friend, that she's a changeling, and having to figure out how to deal with that sudden shock. I'm gonna post it. I'm posting the comic under my DeviantArt page, which is Mephonix. I might post it on Fur Affinity, but DeviantArt for sure. But yeah, I've actually done, and this is actually something that actually recently happened that got me really excited. So I don't know if you saw this project that was for the 20-year anniversary. I think it was around 2013, 2000-ish area. It was a Sonic project called Sonic Prologue. Just recently, I was put on IMDb as a actor or actress.
You're official.
I'm official, apparently. Most of the stuff that I originally dubbed in was like a lot of Sonic-based projects. Because, I mean, the three main voices I can from the Sonic verse is Cream the Rabbit, Amy Rose, and Tails.
Okay, Miles.
It's a little up in there, but it's kind of like right here. Amy's the one I've been mostly like I do a lot of fun.
Like, see the thing about Amy is that, you know, when I talk like her, it's completely fine. Because I'm so used to doing that voice. Because that's
Right,
the one that
she's
people
very-
use, like, all the time. And, Creams is, like, more down here, but very, you know, it's nice and soft, gentle little girl.
So, what's it like being a parent of furries or raising kids as furries? You know, I feel like this is a rare opportunity to meet a couple that are actively married and have kids.
Well, there's a couple little things that are implemented with this. Well, first of all, with us being, you know, husband and wife and all that, it's like any other parent would raise their kids and stuff. It's just we live, you know, we don't live it like a complete lifestyle kind of deal. It's just more or less, you know, something fun for us to do and all that. And basically, we just raise our kids normally like any other parent do, and we let them be able to express themselves the way that they like. It works. Like I've told, you know, my husband, like if either of them grow up or get older, they're like, I don't want to do this no more. I think it's weird. I just don't want to do nothing with it. Then I'm like, okay, go ahead. Because my mentality is I don't mind who they date, what gender they decide they want to be, or if they figure something else along down the road. I don't mind what they believe in or any of the sorts. My thing is, as long as they are kind, don't hurt anybody against their will, and just be overall respectful, that's all that matters.
So, one of the coolest things that drew me to you was one of your Twitter posts about working for charity. Wondering if you could tell me more about like what you want to do in the future as what you kind of have already done.
Well, so far, I've always wanted to work for charity and stuff like that. That was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to start suiting. Now, I haven't done a lot of charity conventions that helped out with charity. Like my first charity event that I did was Hugs for Charity at Mephonix last year. They were raising money for a place called the Tiger Haven, which helps fund tigers and from when they're born to later and stuff like that, since they're starting to slowly become endangered. And basically, it's to help that particular. It's like a wildlife reserve kind of deal. And so that was what we did. And what we did is we went around in suit, and people would hug us, and then they would donate into the little bucket that we had, forever how much they wanted to donate.
Right.
And that year alone, total raised throughout the convention was over $8,000. Just for the convention itself. And this is a convention that had only 400 and maybe 50 people that showed up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so basically, we did that one. Well, the most recent charity I did, so I went and my most recent charity that I did was helping with the Humane Society at a event called the Women's Expo in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And basically what it was is it's a bunch of, best way to describe it looked like a mini, like the dealer's convention kind of deal. And it had tables and stuff lined up, and they had some people there that talked about health things and all that, and people there who actually sold like clothing and different like candles and handmade food. It was all just lined up in this one building.
Right.
And I was helping with the Humane Society, raising money to, help them out in the woods. And so I got completely in suit as Koka, which you saw the pictures and videos, and I basically marched around the front for a little bit, and then went around the entire convention. And so I didn't, because I asked, but nobody gave me anything. But we had to wind up leaving early from that event because I had a burlesque show that I was having to attend that night. I've only done those 2 events, but I had a lot of fun doing them, and knowing that it's for a good cause, it makes me happy knowing that it's going good for something. And I also plan to do more with do the same thing again next year, but with a different head. Because by the time next year when it comes around, I'll have my new first, which is getting done by Sewing Stuff's Creations.
Okay.
Yeah. Sewing Stuff's Creations is who is making both mine and my husband's fursuit head, so he's also going to be helping with the textures.
That's one of my favorite things about the furry fandom is how much charity work is done, even outside of conventions. I think it's great that there's just
it's nice.
groups that do that, and it's so cool. It was one of the major reasons where I was like, I really want to get to know this person more, and then I created this series where I get to just talk to you. So I was like, cool, I could just talk to you and get to know you through this, as well as everybody who's watched this video.
Of course.
At this point in time, mother, maker, artist, fursuits, voice acting, extraordinaire, Koka the cat at Mephonix, Zafuna. I keep forgetting it. I'm going to leave a bunch of links down in the description below for your Twitter, your YouTube, if you got anything with your studio, anything like that, look down below. Definitely go hit that subscription button and make her do her 24-hour isolation challenge.
Yes.
And thank you so much for doing that second episode of Meeting the Furry Fandom.
It is no problem, and I'm glad to have been a part of it. I hope that, this series can expand and show all the wonderful parts of, what the furry fandom can be.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. There will be links in the description below for anybody that Koka mentioned, as well as Koka's studios and her own personal accounts. Please subscribe to her. She's making some great content, especially when it comes to making fursuit items. It's really cool. She also does a lot of chill streams that I've actually been able to catch. And she's a pretty cool cat. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. Hi. And remember, I love you, furry fam. If you can, give yourself either a pat on the back or give yourself a big ol' hug from me to you, alright? Love you.